Hello, hello. A quick little video I wanted to show off about Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duels. So I've been playing this game on and off a little bit. Whenever I get like a little bit of break, I'm a little bored, I just hop into Master Duels and I own some noobs, I guess? I don't know, I'm not really that good, but I have some anti-meta decks that I play that are really funny whenever they kill. And I wanted to show you an example of that anti-meta deck today with a little bit of a short replay where I have 50 life points at the end of the duel when my opponent had 8,000 at the beginning of the turn. So, yeah, basically I had 150 at the start of the turn, but I end with 50, and then he ends with 0, which is really cool. So I guess I'll just go into the replay now, and we can explain what I've been doing to great effect in low rank duels. I haven't actually tried gold rank, but I've built something that might be a little bit more effective in gold rank. We'll see. I'll try to play this deck in gold rank, but I'm not sure if it's going to be, or how effective it's going to be. But anyway, I'll show it off whenever I draw my first hand. So in this deck I go first, which is pretty good for this deck, actually, mostly because of one specific card. So I'm going to pause it real quick. This is a Cosmo / Dogmatica deck. Now, Dogmatica is pretty relevant in the meta today, but Cosmo is it used to be pretty popular, but now it's kind of just an anti-meta deck that I play that a lot of other decks can't deal with that very, very well, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's meta. So if you're not familiar with Cosmo, basically what they allow you to do is they have lower level psychic type monsters and then higher level machine type monsters. And what the lower levels allow you to do is they have a quick effect that banishes themselves, and then you can summon one of the higher level machine type monsters from your hand. And then usually when the higher level machine types are summoned, they have an effect that does something. So I do have a couple more examples, but I mainly just play Slip Rider, Dark Destroyer, and I have one Forerunner in my deck, and then I have Dark Eclipser, which I'll explain. All of those except for Eclipser show up in this, so I'll explain what they do. But basically, what Slip Rider allows you to do is when you normal special summon this, you can you can pop a spell card or spell or trap card. You pop something from the back row, if I use the lingo correctly. And then what the Dogmatica cards are basically anti-extra deck monsters. So, and what those allow you to do is allow you to exploit your extra deck and your opponent's extra deck monsters to summon higher level monsters out. I really only play Punishment, the trap card, Ecclesia, and Dogmatica. We won't see Punishment in this duel, but it is very, very effective. Basically, what it allows you to do is allows you to send one of these guys to the graveyard, and if it has more attack, or more equal to, or more attack than a monster on your opponent's field, it gets popped. It gets destroyed, which is really good. But anyway, so I start off this duel by playing Cosmotown. Now, what Cosmotown allows you to do... Now, remember when I said that these monsters can banish themselves? Basically, what Cosmotown allows you to do is to grab one of those banished cards from your graveyard, pay some life points based on its level, and get it back into your hand, which is really good for recycling and keeping your combos going. And making sure you always have materials to summon different stuff. Now, what I do here is I make a little bit of mistake starting out. This isn't a mistake, so what Nadir Summer allows you to do allows you to grab the Dogmatica monster, and it also blocks you from summoning stuff from the extra deck, which is very important for the mistake I'm about to make. So here I summon, well, not right now, but I summon Pot of Prosperity. Pot of Prosperity, just banish some cards from your extra deck, and then you get to, based on the amount, you get to choose a card from the top of your deck. So right here, I grab Emergency Teleport. So, Emmy Telly, really good card. Allows you to special summon one level 3 or lower psychic type monster. It is semi-limited, so you can only have 2 in your deck. So it is a very, very good card, especially in this deck, or I have a lot of lower level psychic type monsters I want to summon. I'm not running any of the 4-star Cosmo monsters, so this is pretty okay to have. This is pretty good to have run at 2. But anyway, so I'm gonna attempt to combo here with this. So what I attempt to do is I summon Sword Troopers. Now, what Sword Troopers do is they have a secondary effect, in addition to their normal effect that allows you to pay 1,000 life points and summon and summon something from the graveyard. And summon one of your psychic type Cosmo monsters from the graveyard, which there are several. The highest level one being Dark Lady, which basically allows you to negate a monster effect for 1,000 life points. It's really good, and destroy it. And destroy a monster on your opponent's field. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm going to try to summon Tin Can, and then what I attempted to do was I was going to summon either a Salamangreat Almirage or Link Karibo onto the field, and then special summon Dogmatica Ecclesia with her own effect, which allows her to special summon herself if there's an extra deck monster on the field. And then I could have grabbed either Dogmatica Punishment, which I talked about earlier, or Fear Delete, which we'll see later. But because of Nadir's Servant's effect that I already played, I can't special summon extra deck monsters, so that was kind of stupid. Anyway, I really should have played Parada Prosperity first to get every combo I could have. That was my first mistake. I really shouldn't have played Nadir's Servant first. Especially in case he had a hand trap in his hand. I think Nadir's Servant would have been the least useful card in that case. But it is a very good card. It is limited to one for a reason, especially in Dogmatica decks. It's very good. Because they don't use lots of stuff from the extra deck. They don't summon many stuff from the extra deck. They're actually anti-extra deck, as I explained earlier. Now, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to fall back on a strategy. I'm just going to use Sword Trooper's quick effect here to summon Slip Rider, which there's nothing in the back row, so I can't really pop anything. I could pop Cosmo Town just to grab another card, but what Cosmo Town allows you to do when it goes to your graveyard, you can grab something from the graveyard. But I usually just grab another Cosmo Town, because like Cosmo Town's effect is too useful, as we'll see later. But yeah, there's not really much I can do here. So at the end phase, what Tin Can's allowed to do is it allows you to pay some life points to reveal 3 Cosmo cards from your deck, and then send 2. Your opponent chooses one, you send 2 of them to the graveyard, and you add that one to your hand. So now what my opponent chooses to do is he chooses to Dark Eclipse her at this point. I'm not really sure he could have made a better choice at this point. I think here I'll show. He chooses. So here he chooses Eclipser. He could have chosen. I think Forerunner would have been a better choice to choose, but it would have just allowed me to. I think it wouldn't have allowed me to combo. Do what I do next. I think he might have been able to win if he chose Forerunner. Yeah, I think that was the reason he lost, just because he chose Dark Eclipser. So Forerunner would have been the optimal choice here. I don't know what I could have comboed in if he didn't choose this, but anyway, we'll see this come out later. So I'm gonna wait for him to do his moves, and then my plan here is to just summon Dark Eclipser and like during the battle phase or something, or to interrupt something, and to make sure he can't beat over it. But unfortunately, that's gonna happen because this guy is running some sort of fucked up fusion deck. So I'm like, no, you know what? I'm just gonna summon him. So what Dark Eclipser's secondary effect allows you to do is, whenever a trap card is activated, you can send one of your Cosmo monsters from your graveyard to your and banish it to negate the effect and destroy it. And this is any times per turn. As long as you have Cosmo monsters in your graveyard, you can activate this effect. And then when it's destroyed, you can add 1 level 8 or lower Cosmo monster from your deck to your hand, which is what allows me to win this duel. I don't think I could have won in any other way, and because I Slip Rider out of the field as well. Now this isn't as good because a lot of the lower level ones, the lower level machine type monsters, Slip Rider through what Dark Destroyer like 5, 6, 7, 8, allow you to special summon something from your deck when it's destroyed. A lower level Cosmo type monster from your deck when it's destroyed, which allows you to combo more. But this one allows you to do it for your hand, which is actually how I win the duel. But we'll see that later. Right now, he's going to summon a very massive beat stick with all the elemental hero monsters he has in his hand. Vision Hero Trinity. So what Vision Hero Trinity allows you to do, it just basically gives you a 5,000 attack point monster that can attack. Can't attack directly, but it can make a second and third attack during each battle phase. right here. So technically, if he summons 2 of these, I could have, which I don't think I don't know if he can. It has to be, okay, it has to be Elemental Hero. Never mind. Okay, he couldn't have summoned another one of these, with this card. But he summons another card here, which is gonna, what is it called? Tempest? Is it Tempest or? It's Helmet Hero, Great Tornado, which halves the attack points of all my monsters here. So obviously he's going for an OTK here. Which, yeah, at this point, he's definitely got it. But I use Dark Eclipser's effect to grab a Dark Destroyer. Now, what Dark Destroyer is, whenever it's normal special summoned, allows you to pop a monster on your opponent's side of the field. Pretty basic, but pretty good. Now, with Slip Rider, of course, I'm going to use the Cosmo Monster's effect to special summon Farm Girl. Now, what Farm Girl allows you to do is whenever she does damage to your opponent, you can grab one Cosmo card from deck to your hand. Really, really good. It's really the only consistent Cosmo way to get another Cosmo Town, besides killing Cosmo Town or terraforming. But you know, I am running terraforming, by the way. I'll show the deck list after. But so what? Yeah, basically this is death right here. But what I do here is I summon. Is I use Farm Girl's effect to banish herself, summon Dark Destroyer, kill Trinity, and then this guy really can't do anything since I beat him anyway. Yo, beat his ass! And essentially at this point he has nothing. I don't know what's in his hand, of course. I really wish you could check what's in his hand, because, like, why not? But it would be really interesting information to see what he had, if he could have done something different. But I really don't think there could have been any other combo I could have done. I think by him allowing me to summon Dark Eclipser, that won me the duel, because I was able to get Dark Destroyer in my hand, and Slip Rider was on the field. Right here, I use Ecclesia's effect to special summon itself because there's an extra deck monster in the field, and I grab Fear Delete. And Fear Delete has the same special summon effect, and it also, whenever you attack with the Dogmatica monster, all Dogmatica monsters gain 500 attack once per turn. It's very good. You basically have 1,000 more attack now on the field. And now I'm going to use Cosmotown's effect to pay life points to grab another Tin Can. And what I do here, so basically at this point, I can't really win the duel this turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do a Hail Mary, and I'm going to use Cosmotown's second effect to shuffle all of my Cosmo monsters back into my deck and draw the same amount of cards. And what I grab here is I happen to grab Regeki, and I was able to destroy this guy and win the duel. Now at this point, I could win the duel, but I just tribute summon Ecclesia to summon Dark Lady. At that point I didn't really need to, but you know, it's fine. At this point I've won. So yeah, it's a pretty good anti-meta deck. Mainly the anti-meta part of these is the higher level ships cannot be targeted by my opponent's card effects. So that's really good. Like, of course, that doesn't prevent them from being destroyed by Dark Hole or something like that. Or a fact that doesn't explicitly say target stuff. If it just says destroy a monster on the field, then he can still get destroyed. But a lot of monsters say target something, so that's really good. Even stuff that's explicitly reactive sometimes that asks you to target, which is really, really good for Dark Destroyer. It has won me some duels, even against the meta decks, like the Invoke Shadow deck that's been floating around, that's in lower ranks, that I've seen a couple of times, and Sky Strikers as well. I think this is Sky Strikers win right here. Yes, so yeah, Sky Strikers are really good. I really need to build one. I have a lot of the Sky Strikers cards, but you know, I just don't want to be super. I mean, I do kind of want to be super degenerate. That Eldritch deck looks really fun, but I kind of hate Sky Strikers because I haven't seen anybody running Eldritch, but it might be because they immediately shoot up to the higher ranks, right? So we'll see. I know how meta that is, but I have got a couple of Eldritch cards. I've got two Eldritch and one the fusion. I don't remember what the guy's called, like Dark Lord Eldritch or something, whatever his name is. But anyway, let me show you his deck. Yeah, this is just this guy that I won against. This is just an Elemental Hero deck, just to mainly get like a lot of these powerful cards out. I don't think this is a structure deck, but yeah, the fact that he was able to get like a 5,000 point monster out on the first turn that could attack a lot of people, that could attack a lot of cards. It's insane, but it didn't really have a lot of protections, so I don't know how good this was. But it was really cool how I won with 50 life points. How I had 50 life points, and I thought that was really fun. But yeah, this one guy I won against earlier had that invoked deck, which I've been having a lot of trouble with. I've lost to it a couple times, even with this deck. But this one I managed to actually eke out the victory. But this guy was playing pretty well too, by pretty smart play. Maybe I'll show this one in another video, but just to talk about this game, because I really do like Yu-Gi-Oh! It's really fun. I wish I was better at it. I'm hoping that I won't immediately die in low rank, but in gold rank, but and have to completely switch over to Eldritch, because I do enjoy this deck. But let me just show you this deck layout and what I've been thinking about it just real quick. This has been going on for 15 minutes. I thought it would be a quicker video, but you know. Let's go Dogmatic Space Opera is what I've named it. As you can see, I'm running... Is there anything else that I can show off that I didn't really show off in that duel that I'm running? Dogmatic Illusion, just some graveyard recovery just in case I need it. There's a lot of other Cosmic monsters that have useful effects that I could switch into this as well, but I don't really think I need to. I think I went over everything, and there's just a lot of staples in here. And of course, pretty much almost everything in this extra deck, except for these two monsters right here, is pretty much, and Boral Sword, is just for use Dogmatic and Punishment targets. I really need to fill this out with better monsters, but you know, that's expensive. A lot of these are expensive, and I already spent a lot of money on this deck. Not real life money, gems. Sorry, I haven't spent any money on this game yet. But I might, just because I've been playing it so much, and really, so anyway. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else I need to go over with this deck. I think I showed off a good and talked about everything that's really relevant with this deck I'm currently running right now. I even got to show off some staples like Regeki. So that was a pretty good little synopsis of that deck. I think did I talk about almost every card, except for like torrential, except for like some of these trap cards didn't show up. That's pretty cool. I was able to recycle through pretty much my entire deck. That one duel. I didn't even notice that. Anyway, so I have been experimenting with some Eldritch stuff. Since Vampires and Eldritch come from the same pack, I've been trying to combine them. I had a little bit of success early on with the Vampires because I really liked the deck, but as soon as I got out of bronze rank, these didn't really cut it. I started like going 50-50 instead of like 90-10. So, and I had to switch to Cosmo, which caused me to be relatively successful, but you know, I pretty much only play for the missions once per day. But anyway, so as you can see, I'm only level 53 in Duel Pass. So as soon as I do my missions, I'm done, because I don't really want to get to up tie rank and not be able to do my missions. But as you can see, I just hit gold rank 5, so we'll see how effectively I can do those missions in the future. Anyway, let me know if you want to see more of this type of content. I do like to talk about it. Maybe when I get more Eldritch decks, maybe I can talk about some of my wins and losses with some of these other replays that I have, including against like this invoked deck that's been going around, and Sky Strikers, and including whatever this was, I don't even remember. Yeah, this Tri-Brigade deck as well. I can talk about this one as well. This one's a pretty heartbreaking loss. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Again, let me know if you want to see more of this type of stuff in the future. See ya!